Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod Let's Play. And we are at war. In the last episode, the Iron Bank came to us with a proposal. Basically, where is she? Lady Paramount Hara of the North managed to accrue quite a bit of debt, apparently. And so the Iron Bank came to us with an offer. If we basically went to war with her and tried to remove her claim from the north, they would support our claim to the north. They gave us some money and paid some mercenaries to fight alongside us. And I felt bad about doing it, but it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. They were basically going to kickstart my claim on the north, and we were already sort of working toward this end anyways. So this was just a nice little boost in that direction, and I decided to go ahead and accept it. And thus far, we are pretty much getting the better of the Starks. They do have a little bit more war score than us. We're at minus 4%, so that means they're just slightly winning. However, we managed to crush a decent chunk of their army. Their larger force spawned in the center. We had a big army spawn in White Harbor, and then obviously in Carhold, the Dreadfort, and Last Hearth. And so our army in White Harbor cut off their army down south here and completely destroyed it. And so as you can see, we have a lot more men left than they do. She has about 11,000. We have about 11,000 here, and then another, we'll call it 7,000 there. So we basically have 18,000 versus 11,000. And so once we're done with our siege at Winterfell, we're going to head south with all three of these armies lumped together and finish her off, and that should be the end of the war. And that means that we will be High Lord Paramount, possibly King of the North. And so that's what we're going to do today, obviously. My claim that we were working on through her son really no longer has any relevance, because we are going to just be taking her claim out from her, and so he's not going to, be important anymore. And now we have to worry more about who's going to be our heir within our family here, because it's been jumping around as some of my daughters have sons of their own. And so right now, Nelsor Raventree is our heir. She's a pretty average character, not the worst, but not the best either. Nowhere near as good as Lord Callan, or even her sister Jane, who was our heir at one point. Luckily for us, she is no longer the heir, because while she is a good character, her son Benjicot is slow and sickly, and that's not a good combination for a ruler. So instead, we have Arana, whose son Jojen is so far going to be pretty standard at best. But we'll see what happens with that. We've got some time to kind of maneuver and hopefully get the best heir possible. Anywho, I'm going to start marching these guys toward Winterfell in preparation to merge our army and head south. They will continue to siege this, and we will start the clock and get going. While I do that, I would just like to remind you guys to hit that like button if you are enjoying this playthrough so far and you'd like to see more Crusader Kings 2. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's the best way to help the channel grow, of course, and the best way to follow along with this series as it continues. Would you like to back our plot to rescue Nelsor Raventree? Yeah, actually, I felt really bad about not being able to do anything about this. And so I would be happy to back that plot, because I was trying to do it myself. There's just no way I could do it without going the intrigue route. Oh, we just lost like 600 men. That's not good. We just lost a big chunk of guys to the siege right here. Hopefully that doesn't continue. It's not even winter. I don't know why we're taking such heavy attrition. The son was born to Roger Faring and Nelsor Raventree named Kriegard. That actually reminds me. Our council is vacant in one position. I don't know what happened to our castellan. Apparently he died or something. But we need to appoint a new one, and he was the best option. So we're going to appoint him. And we do not want him leading any armies. Neither should you be leading any armies. So he's got a son named Kriegard. That's okay. I mean, I don't care about the name. And you need to oversee the province of Carhold. He's such a hipster. Like, does he not look like a hipster? Total hipster. Alright. So there is one of our armies, and the other should be there fairly shortly. We are losing a lot of men, though. It makes me kind of nervous. Because we need to be, you know, I'm not going to say full strength, because obviously we're not going to be at full strength, but we want as many men to make it down here to fight this army as possible. We're going to get a pretty big chunk of war score for this. She's going to get a pretty insignificant amount for that. Are you kidding? I really have to pay my wife? My wife is my master at arms, if you guys haven't been following along. And apparently I have to give her 29 gold for doing her job. On top of whatever she gets for, you know, being master at arms. I assume she gets paid for that. I don't know. Man, they are just demolishing me right now. The thing, though, is if the Lady Paramount is at Winterfell and we take her prisoner in this siege, we could potentially end the war outright. I don't know if we're going to get that lucky, but it's certainly possible. So, my daughter Serena is a charitable little rascal. Cool. That's good. She's starting to get a little bit one-dimensional, but she's still a pretty decent character. It really won't end up mattering, though, because she's pretty far down the line of inheritance, and now that Bannon Bolton is no longer going to be heir to the north, it's kind of moot at this point, but I mean, still nice to have a good character. Also, let's see, our other ward, shoot, she disappeared already. I don't remember where she was. I think it was Branda, wasn't it? So it was, yeah. Oh, she's married now. That's not good. Let's see. Branda Risewell. She married Benjen Risewell. Wait. No. She married Benjen Raventree. I'm confused. Benjen Raventree. It's a regular marriage. Okay, so never mind. I don't know why I'm confused. She is a Risewell, because he is a Risewell. And their children will be Raventrees because he's a Raventree. And he's actually not a bad character, so I'm just going to let that go. We were grooming her to potentially be our heir. She's a pretty solid character as well, but I guess she could still be a commander for us or something. Wow, down to 16. We've lost about 2,000 men to this siege so far, but it's almost over. It's almost over. I just hope that we have enough left afterward to finish her off. So let's see. Discovered a plot where Lady Paramount Victoria of the Reach seeks to see the High Lordship of White Harbor granted to a new ruler. You better get out of here with that. She's not going to listen. I don't know why she would. What if I sent you a gift? Would you reconsider? Oh my god. No, thank you. That's like half of my money. Half of my treasury. I could plot to kill you. Yeah, why not? I'll up the ante. You try to steal my land, I try to kill you. One of us will end up successful. If you win, I lose one province. If I win, you die. So, yeah. And I'm sure the people that want to kill her will accept a lot less in terms of gifts. So let's have you join. 6%, what does she want as a gift? 15? Yeah, I'll do it. That's kind of a lot of gold for only 6%, but I get the feeling it's going to be hard to come by supporters here. Yeah, that's the only two. We'll leave it open, though, in case anybody else wants to join up. And then we'll check intermittently to see if anybody else is willing to jump in. Alright, so Norman the Bold is dead, and his son Maros Tyrell is now king of the Iron Throne. Lot of stuff happening. Okay. Let's see. You should be happy to know that I, King Maros, will be holding a coronation ceremony. Yeah, we'll attend. It's always nice to be on the right side of the king. You don't have any eyes. I just noticed that. He wasn't the... We blinded somebody at one point. I don't think it was him, though. Blinded Annie. God, somebody just didn't like him, apparently. Yeah, I'll go to the funeral too. Shoot, we're down to 15,000. We are losing like 1,000 men at a time here. Yeah, long live the king. We lost White Knife, not a big deal. What did she get for that? 3%. We're going to get a lot more than that for Winterfell. I'm going to get rid of all these. Are we almost done? Because we can't afford for this to go on much longer. Another defeat. Where? Oh, the miner holding under that? Yeah, that's not a big deal. Come on. Alright, I don't know if he's increasing or decreasing his realm authority. Oh, we have a close friend in Garrett Tyrell. Okay, who are you? Are you anybody of any importance? You're the Justicar of Kingswood, so not really. Not really. I'll pay Miles. Miles has been very, very useful thus far. Can we please end this? It's taking forever. If I didn't have to fight such a big battle after this, I would just assault it, but we need every last man that we can get here. I think he's decreasing the power of the Iron Throne. Because certain things that he's doing are all like small or medium, and I'm pretty sure a few of them have been like the lowest you can go, and so obviously he's not going up higher into that. I'm gonna get rid of all this because I honestly don't care. If it has nothing to do with this war right now, I really can't be bothered. Because this is like make or break time. Where are you headed? And why are these still popping up? Somebody left my court. As long as it wasn't one of my counselors, I really don't care. Come on, autosave. Yeah, it wasn't the counselors, so whatever. Another defeat. So they took that back, whatever. Not a big deal. Apparently they're going to try to siege the Dread Fort. That's going to take them a while. Okay, well, worst comes to worst, I can hire some mercenaries to help supplement our army. Let's see, we took her prisoner, and that did not give me nearly as much war score as I would have imagined. Oh, never mind. We had to accept it. We have won the war without even having to engage her army. So we'll offer peace, we'll enforce our demands, and we are now Lord Paramount of the North. King of the North, even. I think. Yeah, usurped the title Kingdom of the North. Bandon Bolton's been released. Apparently she's been released. I don't know why. We have won. Your war against Lady Paramount Har of the North has finally been won, and the Iron Bank petitions you to honor your agreement to cover her debts. Oh man, I must have misread that. I didn't realize I would have to cover her debt, but I think we can. I think we can handle it. I'll try not to upset them. Worst comes to worst, I think we'll fare better than she did if they try the same thing against us. So we are now King of the North. Let's get rid of all of these. And she's still sitting there, so that makes me a bit curious as to what exactly is going on. Kingdom of the North. Okay. That's a really cool banner, actually. I wonder how they did that, because it obviously took my banner, the Raventree banner, and sort of like, I don't know, made it look more northern looking. But apparently she still holds Winterfell, so I'm not actually king in the way that I would like. So I could exile her. She would have to abdicate her titles. It would increase my tyranny. But then I would effectively gain Winterfell, which is what I want. I think that would fall to me then. I don't think it would go to her heir. Were I to execute her, it would obviously go to her heir. So I think I'm going to exile her. It's going to cost me 10 piety. I don't care about that. I do care about the increase in tyranny. It says, banishing a vassal ruler for no valid reason is seen as tyrannical. The game has a pretty interesting concept of what is no valid reason, because I would think that exiling the former ruler that you just usurped is kind of valid in that nobody in their right mind would just be like, okay, I stole your title and completely usurped your throne, but you can just hang out here if you feel like it. Like, nobody in the right mind would do that. And for me to just exile her is actually pretty mild considering what we've seen throughout history in situations like this. Usually they're executed, their entire family is executed. In the case of like the Russian Revolution, the entire family was like butchered. So like me just saying like, hey, you know, you can't be here anymore, really doesn't seem like that big a deal, but I'm gonna do it. So Horace Stark is now living in the free city of Tyrosh, and it did go to Bannon Bolton. Well, damn it. That was pointless then. I should have just left her around, because now I'm more tyrannical and I didn't gain anything from that. Let's see. Interesting. Well, yeah, now our only liege is the king on the Iron Throne. So he wants me to be treasurer. Okay. I feel like you could probably find a better treasurer than me, though. Like 15, I think our treasurer is better than that. Yeah, it is. That's funny. Oh well, I'll do it. Can we skim off the top a little bit to pay back our debts? That'd be kind of helpful. Well, I mean, the war's over and we won. It kind of sucks that Duncan Raventree. Is that your husband by any chance? No. Oh, it's your brother. Interesting. I don't really care, to be honest, but I kind of prefer you didn't. Oh well, I'll let it go. We'll see what happens. I really doubt she'll be successful. That's beneath me at this point. It's been beneath me for a while. I really don't enjoy those. I'm glad that we can refuse them without losing any prestige, because basically you just lose a bunch of prestige for the chance to win a small amount, and it doesn't really make sense to do it. Seeks to replace Janella Raventree, who's... My spy master is Miles Drinkwater, so I don't know who she's trying to replace, or whose spy master she's trying to replace, but I honestly don't care. Wow, look at our strength now. We can call on 25,000 levies. So Sir Emmon Flowers and Lady Jane had a daughter named Alysain. Okay. Let's see. Don't care about that. Don't care about any of these. Let's close this. Let's see. What are you currently doing? You're still at Widow's Watch, where we do not have a claim yet. But I don't need one at this point. Let's actually look at our laws. That's something that we should probably do. So... Feudal taxation is minimal. Let's try to get that up to small. I'll probably leave it there. Feudal levies at medium is okay by me. Inheritance, so Arana is still our heir. Wish there was something we could do about that. She's just not a very good character, and her son's not really a great character either. Like, I wouldn't mind these two. Is their son any good? Doesn't look like it. I don't know. None of the children thus far have been all that impressive, and so it makes me a bit nervous for the future. Okay. Alright, so... That's interesting. Does she have a point? Why would he be sworn to you, though? He's the Lord of High Point. I guess I could see that, but you're not... You know what? Can I revoke your title? I could, but it wouldn't be worth it. I don't know. I've got to get rid of her because we were at war with her not too long ago. She really doesn't like me. I'd prefer to just sort of get her out of the way. Who is, I guess we're still High Lord of Karstark of Karhold. Huh. But I can't claim things in the name of Karhold anymore. I can only claim them by the north. Let's impress her with vague promises. Apparently she's not very intelligent. What? You don't get to pick and choose who my counselors are. No, get out of here. And we'll close that. And this and this. And I think we're out of time for the day, so I'm going to end the episode here. I'm pretty satisfied with what we've gotten done so far, because we have claimed the North for ourselves. Now it's just a matter of, 1, breaking free from the Iron Throne, or 2, taking the Iron Throne for ourselves. And that's going to be a much bigger task, obviously. But if we are able to pull something off like we have here, I think we can make much shorter work of it. I do want to take Winterfell for myself as well. That's interesting. What banner is this? So he's a Bolton. I guess that's just Winterfell's own thing. That's really cool. That's really cool that they have like backup banners and I guess heraldry for when Winterfell is no longer like the ruling province or the capital. I would like to obviously make it that again, but it is cool to see like all this stuff. And then, as I said before, the Kingdom of the North banner. I wonder if that is based on the fact that we took it and we're the Raventrees, or if that was just like a happy coincidence. Either way, I'm pretty pleased with it. But anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.